Hey guys, and welcome to Walking Dead Wednesday.
I'm excited about this one.
I am super pumped about this episode. I've been waiting all week for it. How do we feel about what happened this week? Let's find out.
Morning, y'all. What's up?
This episode is all about my favorite show in the world and my buddy over here, Gray's favorite show in the world, The Walking Dead.
I'm excited about this.
I'm super excited about this episode. Throughout this whole episode, I'd like you guys to comment below on what you guys think happened this week on the episode. How do you feel about how everything went down? I mean, it started off a little slow.
Yeah, it was a little nervous. I was taking notes for the show, and
And then what happened?
We'll see as we go on. Kind of throws my pen across the room and had to rethink a lot of stuff.
Denise is getting really far in this.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, they're building Denise to be one of the next biggest characters. You'll see later what happened.
All right, so it starts off kind of slow with everybody just kind of getting packed up and everything and going on their own little separate journeys. The one thing I noticed right off the bat is that this was not going to be a Rick episode.
No, and I was kind of in the mindset that they were safe from the saviors now because everybody was sitting on their porches having a good day, just like we are here.
It actually kind of confused me. I was like, oh, they're back? Yeah. Everything's fine? Okay, all right.
So, Carol's got a new man. I'm wondering what Daryl's thinking about that. Morgan's over here building his jail cell.
Who knows why, but it's just happening.
I like some Morgan, but he's going a little bit crazy. I don't know what the heck's up with him.
But we're going to start off with, how it all come around with Eugene and Abraham, and Eugene leading Abraham to this warehouse, and I didn't know what was going on. And as soon as they walked in the door, I was like, he's thinking about making something.
Yeah, Eugene actually found his sack in this episode.
Oh, he grabbed some balls in this one. I don't know if it was his, but he grabbed some. We'll talk about that later. But no, he did nut up, though, and he stood up to Abraham. I don't know if he necessarily did it in the right way, though. I mean, he probably could have did a little bit different. Saying, hey, man, I don't need you anymore is basically like saying,
I think
screw off, whatever.
I think it's just Eugene's personality, though. I don't think he really meant it to come off the way it did. It's just, a lot of the smarter, genius people like that really don't think about other people's feelings that much.
Yeah, but see, the thing that blows my mind is when Eugene... in earlier seasons when he admits that he's lying about this whole thing about him having a cure and all these different things, it kind of makes you think, okay, how dumb is Eugene? So maybe he's just this dumb guy, but then as they go, he's constantly wanting to get these supplies. It's going to be something that's going to benefit them as they progress through their challenges in their life.
I think that's kind of what really made the whole Abraham deal a big thing, because that is the whole time he's lying or whatever, Abraham's protecting him and getting him to where he needs to go, and now he's like, screw you, buddy, I don't need you.
I think it would have been better had he just been like, hey, I want to fight alongside you, but I don't necessarily need you to constantly protect me. Maybe not be a protector, but be a partner.
But really, he needs him. I mean, he needed him to protect him.
And then you had the metalhead walker, which I'm sure you guys saw that. I mean, that was the coolest walker ever, with the metal on his head. But you know what I thought about as soon as I saw that walker? He had just talked about how they were going to get all these different scraps of metal and stuff to start making bullets, which is basically why they went to a warehouse. And then this walker comes in with all this damn metal on his head, and I'm sitting here going, peel the damn metal off, melt that shit.
I mean, they just sent you...
Stick his whole head in there.
I mean, they just sent you some supplies.
But that wasn't as important as what was about to happen next. And that's when the separate journey took way with... it was Rosita, Daryl, and Denise. Denise, Daryl didn't want to let Denise go on the journey because... he knew that she wasn't as experienced as everybody else, and he didn't want somebody dragging him back.
Rosita didn't want a babysitter. So
Rosita didn't want to babysit.
Go by herself with her.
But Denise stood out, and I'm going to be honest with you, okay? In every scene that happened with Daryl and Denise and Rosita, every scene that happened, I just knew Denise was going to die, in those scenes. And then all of a sudden... it clears up after she fights the walker. It comes out of the car after for a soda.
Yeah.
you're like, okay, she survived it, everything's good, and then
You know, ruined all my plans. One bow and arrow shot. Poof!
he wrote so many notes about Denise.
Pen was gone.
He wrote so many notes about Denise actually becoming into her own as one of the members of the group.
I had on here, and she finally got her first kill, and you know, here she is learning to fight, and now she's gonna be up there with the, I wouldn't say Rick and Daryl level, but you know, Lisa Rosita, and then,
And then here comes D.
eyeball gone.
Damn it, D.
Eyeball gone.
But coming back to that, I mean, let's go to the scene with when they're actually in there getting their med supplies and stuff. The scene about the room with the walker in it with the cast on his foot and the remnants of the baby in the sink. I want you guys to explain down below what you thought was going on in that scene, and I'm going to tell you right now what I think was going on. And that was, I feel that it kind of opened the story of, you know, you saw the words hush, hush, you know, written on the walls, and you think about it like, okay, so the baby turned, the parent hadn't turned, but the baby's sitting here, and the parent's like, hush, hush. So, in a last ditch effort, they tried to drown the baby. Okay, I know it seems really bad, but it makes sense. The baby bites the parent, and boom, you've got two walkers. And I think the knocking, I don't think it was the person on the floor. I think it was the baby in the sink.
You know,
I think the baby in the sink's still alive.
I rewound it 4 times trying to figure out what it was, and then it took me texting this one to say, what the heck was that in the sink?
See, I piece shit together, man. I put it all in kind of molds and shit and come up with my own hypothesis.
I mean, I seen the crib as soon as she walked in, and I was like, please, God, don't let there be a walking baby, well, the baby walker here. Sure enough, there it is in the sink.
So they're getting really ballsy with the directions that they're taking now. It was really good to see that Abraham's army was back united. The only person that kind of stuck out in the whole thing was Denise and Daryl in the situation there. But seeing them come back together, and you know, Rosita saves Abraham, you know, with that shot to the head to that guy. When Dee or Dwight's group of saviors come up, I just knew right then that we were going to get a whole new twist. And then boom, what does Eugene do?
I tell you, that was some quick thinking, but I sure would hate to know that was the only way
I was
had to
like,
fight.
Eugene, what you giving Abraham away for, man? Come on.
But I mean, you think about it, his hands was tied, he was on his knees, he really couldn't fight.
He had a plan. He had a plan from the start.
So he bit the guy's sausage. I really don't get it, but hey.
But yeah, I mean, and then after that, you know, you kind of see, it kind of looks like things are mellowing out a little bit, and then, oh my gosh, what happens? My main woman, Carol, has to talk about leaving.
She's gone again.
And when they showed glimpses of next week's episode, it shows Daryl take off real fast on a bike, which I don't know if he's going after the Saviors, because, let's back up a minute. Daryl's reunited with his crossbow, which is amazing. And his motorcycle. But Carol, the whole thing with Carol was a big shocker, because you already got a death going on, and now Carol's like, I can't do this anymore. And she breaks up with her man she just met.
I think Carol, I don't know. I know, like to me, she said she just couldn't kill for those people anymore. But I'm thinking maybe she's having like a mental breakdown or something.
Midlife crisis.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Carol, if you see this, you just need to get badass again and forget about all that other stuff. Don't worry about it. Just be badass Carol, man. That's the one I like. When she took on Terminus, I was like, holy crap, this woman's badass. But yeah, so a lot of things happen, kind of glimpsing into next week's episode, and it's kind of got us both thinking, you know, they're loading all these weapons up. What'd you think about that?
I think it's fixing to be one of the biggest wars ever on this show.
And you know, you think about the Hilltop. I don't know if I even trust the Hilltop, really.
You know, the Hilltops, They got a lot of supplies, but they're kind of a bunch of pussies. I mean,
They are.
they don't want to fight or nothing, but I mean, it's like they want everybody to do everything for them.
Well, it's not only that, but like right off the bat, they're trying to kill Rick. There's all these things, you know, happening when they first meet him, which I can see where they acted in, but they saw real quick what kind of man Rick was.
Yeah.
And so I'm not sure how much I trust them. And you know, Jesus wasn't in this episode, so I don't know what he was doing. Rick wasn't in the episode. Michonne wasn't in the episode. Carl wasn't in the episode. Actually, they showed one small glimpse of Carl at the end picking up a gun, which I don't know if that's showing Carl do his little transformation.
Maybe he's getting ready for the war too.
Well, but in the comic books, Carl does a transformation, and he kind of turns dark ever since he lost his eye. But who knows? It was an amazing episode last night, and I hope if you guys didn't get to see it, I hope this didn't spoil it for you, but I will tell you this. I hope Carol didn't leave. I hated seeing Denise, you know, go, but it'd have been worse if Dwight would have actually hit the person he was going for, and that would have been Daryl.
Rest in peace, Denise.
Rest in peace, Denise.
You will be missed.
You will be missed, and we were just getting to know you. So
I mean, it was finally coming into your own.
Finally coming into her own. She done saved Carl. She done all this stuff. Turned the wolf. It was too late. The wolf, you know, died. But I mean, she done all these things, and then boom, dead over a soda.
And her girlfriend is out.
They should have took the road. They should have listened to Daryl and took the road.
I believe it would have made it been safe.
But I mean, I want you guys to leave your comments below. Let us know what you think of not only this episode, but what do you think's coming up in The Walking Dead. And we'll just kind of keep you guys up to date on what we find out, and we'll do this every week.
And there's only 2 more episodes.
Yeah, we're getting ready for the finale.
Because then, Fear of the Walking Dead.
Hey, and by the way, the finale is going to be 90 minutes long. And The Walking Dead actually airs every Sunday night at 9 p.m. on AMC.
If you ain't watched it, you know what you missing.
Exactly. If you ain't watched it, you need to get into it now.
Exactly.
Before it gets too late. Hey guys, so thank you for joining us for this episode of The Morning Juice Walking Dead Wednesday.
Hanging loose, drinking juice.
We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you have a good day. Don't forget to like and subscribe below. And please like and share our videos on your Facebook. Please, just like it. How hard is it? Just click the button.
Have a good day, y'all. See you in the morning.
See you in the morning.